If you read only one book this summer, science fiction or otherwise, I suggest you pick up The Child Garden by Geoff Ryman. This 1989 science fiction novel won both the Arthur C. Clarke Award and the John W. Campbell Memorial Award in 1990. It's an extremely underrated masterpiece of science fiction. Geoff takes many wild risks with plot and story elements, ideas, blending various genres together to create this magnificent and undeniably unique tale. I'm currently working on a longer form video about The Child Garden, breaking down why exactly it is just so magnificent and why it is now one of my favorite standalone science fiction novels. However, I will give some brief insight before posting that. In short, The Child Garden takes place in a semi-tropical England due to global warming. Science has improved so far that cancer has been cured. However, the human lifespan is now cut in half. Socialism is now the norm over capitalism, and genetic engineering now rules the world, involving so much as people having genetic tissues implanted in their skin so they now may photosynthesize sunlight like plants. The story follows Melina, who is somewhat of a failed actress despite the fact most jobs and careers are preordained by a process called reading in a person's early childhood in this world. In addition to just simply not fitting into the role she is supposed to play in society, she is ultimately the greatest outcast in society. She is someone who is immune to the viruses that are given to people in the society that help educate them and very much change their genetic structure and make them capable of fitting in with society. Early into the novel, we meet Melina's love interest, Rolfa, who is a genetically engineered person, and without giving too much away, she's not just simply a person. Rolfa, despite a very little time in the story, plays a massive role in the plot, going further. Genetically engineered people, otherwise known as GEs in the book, don't very much fit into the mold, much like Melina doesn't. And because of that, Melina discovers that Rolfa has done something that no one has done who's existed in modern society for generations. Without surrendering too many of the details right away, this involves Dante's Divine Comedy, space, and a play large enough for the entire world to see. The tale is interwoven through different points in time in Melina's life, and it is done in such an interesting and elegant way that to have never seen it duplicated in the same way that Ryman affects it is beyond belief. What is more beyond belief, however, is that The Child Garden is very much a forgotten gem. It is an award-winning novel that does not get any praise. As a matter of fact, as a testament to how little praise this novel receives, I picked up the hardcover, one of the early publications of it, for $5 on a used book site in perfect condition. And for that reason, and so many others beyond just the vivid characters, this world built in such a unique fashion that to duplicate it in any other form would be next to impossible. This narrative that keeps you coming back no matter what. The themes, the ideas that Ryman puts forth in this novel make it all come together to make it a must-read novel. A novel 30 years after its release, it is easily one of the most thought-provoking, interesting, fascinating science fiction novels I can name without having to point towards a series like Dan Simmons' Hyperion. If you read any book this summer, any book at all, make it The Child Garden.